All right, I'm live, I believe. Yes. Hello, I'm on. What's going on? Hallelujah. Finally. Hello, hello, everybody. Valerie Lewis right here coming to you live from the suburbs of Washington, D.C. Today we are on chapter, what is this, 11? Chapter 11 in the Science of Getting Rich, and we are talking about acting in the certain way. So I'm really excited about this. Make sure you grab a friend, let some people know that I'm on live. Join me in the conversation today. I'll give you a few seconds to do that while I play the intro, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 seconds. And go. Acting in a certain way. I like it. All right, so going straight into this, let's pull our books back open again, you guys, because I don't like to leave any of my notes and thoughts out of this. Okay. Whoops, I accidentally went ahead to chapter 12. That's for tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Y'all know I love Wallace D. Wattles' first paragraph. Always fun. Thought is the creative power or the impelling force which causes creative power to start acting. And thinking in a certain way will bring the riches to you, but you must not rely upon thought alone, paying no attention to personal action. That is the rock upon which many otherwise scientific, metaphysical thinkers meet shipwreck. The failure to connect thought with personal action. Okay, so that's the thing. Like, that's, and I think I told you guys this before, but like when it comes to The Secret, which I know was this book that we're reading now, Science of Getting Rich, was a huge inspiration to the author of that book. But when I saw, like, in the movie they were talking about, okay, well, thoughts become things, thoughts become things. Yes, they do, but in order for you to receive the thing that you want, um, that belief, when you think about it and you believe in it, now you have to act out of that belief. If you believe you're going to have the successful business, now you have to start taking actions in that business to make sure that you're there to meet this thing that you want when it arrives, right? So that's a lot of what this chapter is talking about, and I love that. You can't just think about it and think it's just going to fall in your lap, right? There's millions of people that want to win the lottery, okay? But just thinking about winning the lottery is not enough. You'd have to actually get up and go play it, right? Acting on that belief that you're going to win. Tons of people do it. Just wait for that next major Powerball, right? Okay, so he goes on to say, let's see, failure to connect thought, perfect action. We have not yet reached the stage of development, even supposing such a stage to be possible, in which man can create directly from formless substance without nature's processes or the work of human hands. Man must not only think, but his personal action must supplement his thought. So by thought, you can cause the gold in the hearts of the mountains to be impelled towards you, but it will not mine itself, refine itself, coin itself into double eagles, and come rolling along the road seeking its way into your pocket. Is that what you're thinking? Like, I get that when a lot of people look at people who are in home business and online business, I guess they think we just kind of sit around and put our feet up, and we don't really do anything at all. And even for, people like myself who have systems that go to work for you, like, that's what business ownership is all about, is having systems in place. But you still have work to do each and every day. Um, it's not as hard as far as like doing hard work. I don't do as much of that. It's more smart work, you know. So, but when it comes to that, I can't just get up one morning and say, okay, I want to make $1,000 day today, and that's it. No, now I have to go and take action towards that belief that that thing that I'm thinking is actually going to come to me. Okay, so that's the thing that's really important. Um, under the Let's see, under the impelling power of the Supreme Spirit, men's affairs will be so ordered that someone will be led to go and mine the gold for you. Other men's business transactions will be so directed that the gold will be brought toward you. And you must so arrange your own business affairs that you may be able to receive it when it does come to you. Your thought makes all things, animate and inanimate, okay, work to bring you what you want. But your personal activity must be such that you can rightly receive what you want when it reaches you. Okay, so again, I hear people talking about how much they can't stand their job and they'd really like to be able to spend more time with their family, and then an opportunity comes along for them to start a business where they can have all the control that they want, and they can have the time freedom, they can have the financial freedom, they can have the choice freedom, and once it arrives, they don't receive it. They keep talking about how much they want it, and then when it arrives, it's like, oh no, that's too good to be true. And my whole thing about thinking that something is too good to be true is this: I don't think anything's too good to be true. Okay, it's that your belief level isn't at a level where it can handle it. Okay, because you think about it, you've got, if you believe in God, there is this all-knowing, omnipresent being who knows you, loves you, and wants to give you good things more than you could ever think of, right? So even your little plans for yourself, that's what they are. They're small compared to what he has planned for you in your life, and for you to um believe in something like that takes a really high belief level. And I find it very interesting, if you believe that, right, and you believe that God is in control, and you believe that God wants good things for you, and then when he brings you the good things, you keep talking about how it's too good to be true and you think it's a scam. I don't understand this. But then again, even when Jesus himself was walking around on this earth, people didn't even believe it. So what you gonna do, okay? You got to up that belief level. And you can start to do that when you focus more on your personal growth and development. You start, reading books like this to show you ways that you can, repent. You can have that metanoia, that change of mind. So this is really important to focus in on. This is one of the most important chapters in this book, is to know that not only do you have to put your thought into this, but you also have to put some action behind it too. So it's more than just, think about it and think good thoughts and that's it. There's more to be done. All right, you got to put that into action. You have to exercise that faith. If you believe something, you will operate your life based on that belief. Like, I believe in gravity. I don't know how it works. Don't get me to sit up here trying to explain how gravity works. I have no idea. Okay, I don't need to know. That's none of my business. That's God's business. He created that, and I get to use it. So all I need to do is believe it exists, and boom, my feet stay planted on the ground. Okay, like I don't need to understand it all and know every single process. Okay, so same thing with this. All right, here we go. So let's continue on. He also says you are not to take it as charity nor steal it. So remember, you must give every man more in use value than he gives you in cash value. Always, always, always. When I look to create a coaching program or an ebook or a course that I'm planning on, providing to the marketplace, I am always going to give more in that content than I'm asking for in money. Now, the thing is, when I offer it to people, I got to offer it to the right people that see the value in it. Because if they don't see the value in it, it doesn't matter how much use value is in there, they're not going to see that value. And so it's going to be a waste. It's going to be a waste of time on their part and my part to even deal with this. Okay. So, even as you're in your business, when you get started with your business, it's not that there isn't a market for what you're selling. I mean, people purchase all kinds of crazy things. Hello, remember sea monkeys? Okay. People will buy all kinds of stuff. So it's not that there's no market for it. Okay. You're not in front of the right people. There's a market for everything, and you want to make sure that when you provide it to someone, you're providing more use value than the amount of money you're asking for. So even this book alone, I offer this, I have this available to you guys for free. But look at how powerful this book is. It is literally life changing. You see? All right. So let's see. The scientific use of thought consists in forming a clear and distinct mental picture of what you want, in holding fast to the purpose to get what you want, and in realizing with grateful faith that you do get what you want. Okay. So we go on to talk about, let's see what else we got in here. Okay, so yeah, so remember, the action of thought in getting rich is fully explained in the preceding chapters, and your faith and purpose positively impress your vision upon the formless substance, which has the same desire for more life that you have. Okay, and this vision received from you sets all the creative forces at work in and through their regular channels of action, but directed toward you. So it's not like it's not like what you want is going to just fall out of the sky. Everything, and remember we talked about this in a previous video, I mentioned this, but everything was created those first 6 days. All these things were created and put in place and prepared for you before, prepared for human beings, prepared for man, before man was created. Why? So you've got everything that you need already. It's already done. Okay? It's just like when you're expecting, right? You don't wait for the baby to get there first and then you figure out, oh yeah, where we gonna live? Okay, let me go get some shelter. Oh yeah, now let me go get the nursery. Oh yeah, baby's here. So now let me go get, the diapers and the clothes. And no, right? You will prepare. You will go, you guys pick out the house, you get the nursery, you're decorating it, you have the baby shower, all that great stuff, in preparation for this baby, to make sure that it has everything that it needs. Well, same thing for us. When God created us, that's the reason why he placed us on the planet last. Because everything else is here for us, to provide for us, to make sure we're showered with all the things that we need. Every single individual, including salvation. Hello, hallelujah. Okay? So when it comes to those things, you have to remember that when you ask for something, when you have impressed your thought upon the formless substance, right? Or, easy way for me to put it, when you pray. Okay? When you do that, you need to know that actions get set in motion throughout the universe, through the laws that have already been created here, that makes the world work the way it works, in order for you to be able to get what you want. Right? So just like he was talking about, even if uh even if on the news they're saying, oh, we're all out of gold, all the gold on the earth has been mined, all the gold that exists has been mined, it's used up, right? If you still needed some gold in your business, and remember, this book was written like over 100 years ago, okay? But if you still needed some gold, guess what? That earth would produce more gold for you. And then somewhere, somehow, there will be a desire in someone's heart to go out there and not accept that report. Oh my gosh, all the gold's gone. I don't think so. Let me go check over here. And this person has this urging to go and look, and then they find it. Oh my gosh, Eureka, there's more. Right? And then the next thing you know, all these actions get put into place where more mining starts taking place, and then the gold is now transferred all over the world, and boom, even falls right in your lap. And I don't mean falls in your lap, but y'all know what I mean. It will arrive. If you are also taking action to make sure that as these actions are taking place that are out of your control, that you are focused on the actions that you can control, so you can meet it when it arrives. Okay? So just like if you were to order something online and you expect the package on Tuesday, right? On Tuesday, you take the action necessary to make sure that you are home in time for that delivery to take place. You're going to be there to receive the package. Same type of deal. When you order a pizza, right? You put in the order, you expect it to get there, you're confident it's going to show up. When it shows up, you have taken the action to get up, walk towards the door, or be nearby, or listen out so that you can hear the door. And when it shows up, you're there, ready to receive it. Well, it's the same thing for your business. If you are only thinking about it, and all these actions get set in motion and you don't take any action, it's going to come and you're not going to be ready to receive it. You're not even going to be there. Yikes. This very thing happened to me when it came to a dream vacation. I kept thinking about it. I planned it out. I wrote it down. And then all the things in the universe that needed to take place started to shape and shift. And things were happening. And I didn't realize it because, of course, how can you ponder that, right? It's imponderable. And I didn't do what I needed to do. I didn't take the actions I needed to take to meet it there when it arrived. And lo and behold, exactly when I wanted to go, where I wanted to go, how I wanted to go, all showed up, and I was unprepared to accept the offer. Dumb. So, so don't let that happen to you. Okay? All right. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Okay, so now, and this is also what's mentioned in the book. It's not your part to guide or supervise the creative process. All you have to do with that is retain your vision, stick to your purpose, and maintain your faith and gratitude. I did not maintain my faith and gratitude. I did not stay focused on my purpose, and that's why I missed out on the very thing that I asked for. Yeah, so we won't be doing that again. Okay. But you must act in a certain way so that you can appropriate what is yours when it does come to you, and so that you can meet the things you have in your picture and put them in their proper places as they arrive. Love it. Okay. When things reach you, remember this. Okay, because it's not just going like float over to you like he's talking about. The coins aren't if you have a desire for gold coins, the gold's not going to mine itself, right? It's not going to press itself into coins, and the coins aren't going to come rolling down the street and just like hop up into your bedroom window and fall into your pocket, right? That's not the way this works, right? So you have to remember, when things reach you, they will be in the hands of other men who will ask an equivalent for them. The world is all about exchange, right? But you want to exchange in, you know, in a moral and ethical way. Okay, and he goes on to say, and you can only get what is yours by giving the other man what is his. This is why it doesn't make sense to be competitive. Competition means you're trying to take, right? You want to get to the finish line first, even if it means taking away the title of somebody else. And then you're only going to have the title until somebody takes it from you. What a waste. You know, or if you're looking to scam people, like, I hear people say, oh my gosh, it's an online business. Is this a scam? Were you looking for a scam? Who the heck wants to go around passing out scams? Okay? Are you serious? Like, come on. I'm all out of scams today. Okay? Uh, but when it comes to that, you can only get what's yours by giving somebody else what's theirs. You have got to keep the other person in mind. This is why people get so nervous asking for the sale, right? When we're in our online business and you want to make the transaction, and you know you've got something good, you've got great products and services, but you're nervous when it comes to like talking to your prospects and getting them to join your business opportunity or getting them to buy your stuff. You're nervous because you don't really believe that you've got value to give. You think it's going to be more valuable for this person to give you money than the thing that you're giving them. And you have to stop thinking that way. You need to make sure that you are providing to somebody something that's more valuable than what you're asking for monetarily. And when you're always focused on giving more than you're focused on receiving, guess what? If everybody did that, then everybody could receive because everybody would give. But if everybody's always looking to receive and nobody's looking to give, ain't nobody going to get nothing. There's always going to be scarcity. And that's what tends to happen when people keep focusing on the competitive mindset. Hopefully y'all got this. Y'all got me. Okay. So, all right. So he reiterates, by thought, the thing that you want is brought to you, and by action, you can receive it. Okay. Now here's another really important point. Whatever your action is going to be, it is evident that you must act now. Hello, do I need to pull it up? I think I do. Y'all need to see that clock. It's time. Whatever it is that you're going to do, whatever the actions are that you're going to take to meet the thing that you want at the door, right? I was waiting on you at the door. Hello. You got to do it now. Don't talk about, this is where you have got to throw away your procrastination. Procrastination is evil. Yeah, I'm saying it. It is evil because it is a weed that's taking root in the garden of your mind, having you think, oh, I'll just do it next week. I'll do it later today. I'll do it in about an hour or so. Do it now. If there's something you know needs to get done, why wait? Right? And for those of you that can't read analog clocks, don't worry, I got you covered. Here's digital. Boom. Right now. Get it done. Okay? Do it right now. This was something I had to overcome. As a teenager, I was a huge procrastinator. We had all these projects and stuff to do. I was in like all these honors classes, getting college credits and stuff, and I was just like, all right, I'll deal with that later. You know, I just, no. But then, as I got older and then became a parent, I realized, you know what? I could get this stuff done now, and then I don't have to worry about it later. You know, and it's so helpful in my business. I don't have to put things off. You know what? I can get this done now, and then it's out of the way. Woo, then I can kick back and relax. You know, I'm trying to make it to that 4-hour work week. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Okay, 4 hours a week. I can do that. Okay. So he goes on to say, you cannot act in the past. So stop bringing all that baggage with you guys. Okay. When you say, oh, I've tried being in business before, it didn't work out. So what? That was then. This is now. You're a new person. You're a different person. Literally. Like your cells are renewing themselves every single day to the point that you create a new you every, what is it? 7 years, 11 years, or is it months? I don't even remember. But I know you're constantly creating a new version of you. That's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the time. You are never the same now as you were then. So leave that back there. You don't have to worry about that. And it is essential to the clearness of your mental vision that you dismiss the past from your mind. You cannot act in the future, for the future is not even here yet. So why are you worried about that? Okay. And you cannot tell how you will want to act in any future contingency until that contingency has arrived. I'm going to bring something up about that. Hello, network marketers. I'm talking to us again, okay? One thing that I get when I talk to coaching clients or even when I talk to prospects is when we talk about the possibility, the potential for what they could do if they got started now with their business, or if they got started now with this tip that I've given them or this strategy that we've planned out. And they ask me this, well, you know, what if I do that and then blank happens? You ain't done nothing yet. There's been no action yet. Why are we pondering on this one possibility, this one scenario that can play out, when there are literally an unlimitless amount of scenarios that could play out? Why are we even focused on that? That's in the future. We're not in the future, we're in the now. What are you worried about? Well, what if I go out here and I call my prospects and then I get somebody that cusses me out? What if you don't? What if you go out here and you call your prospects and every last person signs up? You're never going to know till you take the action. So why are we even talking about this right now? You know? Or when sometimes I tell people about the $1 business decision that I made that showed me exactly how to start making my $1,000 days on autopilot. And they're like, okay, well, if it's $1 to get started, what happens after I get started? I don't know. I have no idea, and you don't know either until you do something. So you have to start acting in a certain way. We show you how to start acting, right? We will walk you through what to do. There's a boot camp when you first come in so that you're not lost, you're not confused, you're not overwhelmed. So stop asking what happens after that. You don't even know what's going to happen during that. So why are you worried about what's going to happen beyond that point? You cannot know the unknown by imagining it. And coming up with all these fears and worries. Why do that? If you're going to imagine your future, why don't you imagine the good stuff? Why don't you start pondering over all the wonderful possibilities that could take place? All the wonderful scenarios that could happen for you. Why not do that? Why are you wasting your time on, oh, well, after the $1, then how much is it going to be? Who cares? You might not even last that long. Or you might make so much money when you get started, it's not going to matter how much it's going to be after that. But you're not going to know until you take action, or a lack thereof. If you take no action, you will have wasted your time, your money, and my time too. I don't appreciate that. Okay? But if you act upon what it is that you've made a decision about, right? And a decision is your thought, right? So if you act upon that thought, you can make happen exactly what you want it to happen. So why worry? Right? Or what if I go on video and I get a troll? Join the club. Is that gonna kill you? Are you not gonna be around anymore because somebody said they don't like your video? Doubtful. Right? Is your world over if somebody doesn't like your hairstyle or your eyebrows, or they think your eyes are too far apart? But my screen looks like it's refreshing. See, I don't know how much of that I missed because nobody said anything. So, I don't know. Am I here? I'm on. Okay, well, let's roll. I need somebody to tell me something. My bad. You know when you have 50 tabs open? And everything's playing? Alright, so... where are we right now? Okay, so yeah, you can't act on the future. The future's not here yet, and you cannot tell how you want to act in any future contingency until the contingency has arrived. And the thing is, why would you waste all this time coming up with a contingency and it never comes? Think about all that wasted life. Okay. Also, because you may not be in the right business now or the right environment now, do not think that you must postpone action until you get into the right business or environment, and do not spend time in the present talking about, do not spend time in the present taking thought as to the best course in possible future emergencies. Have faith in your ability to meet any emergency when it arrives. When it arrives, if it even arrives. Okay? Think about it then. All right? That's when you can focus on it. Don't put your focus on things that aren't real. And all these fears and worries that you have, they're not real. They haven't happened. Why are you worried about them? That's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It is a waste of life. It is a waste of everything. Like, stop. Okay. So, what was I going to say about this? Well, I'll continue. If you act in the present with your mind on the future, then your present action will be with a divided mind and it will not be effective. So put your whole mind into present action. Do not give your creative impulse to original substance and then sit down and wait for results. If you do, you'll never get them. Act now. There is never any time but now. There will never be any time but now. Think about that. Whoa, that's deep. I read this the first time I read this, I was like, "You're right. I'm always now." That was cool. I like that. And if you ever begin to make ready for the reception of what you want, you must begin now. Boom. I like that. Like that. So do what you can do now. What I was gonna say was, where he's talking about because you're not in the right business or what have you. I get a lot of people that say that too. Oh, I think I joined the wrong network marketing company. Okay, well, what can you do now that will allow you to get better at where you are in this place, so that you eventually outgrow this place and you'll be ready to attract to you a better opportunity? What are you going to do now? Because here's the thing about owning a business, whether you're online or not. You need certain skill sets. Okay. And now this is especially if you're online. There are certain skill sets that you need to make sure that you're going to be successful. And these skills are required for any business that you're in. So if you don't have the skills and you keep hopping from business to business, you're going to continue to fail because you don't have the skill set. Right? If your mindset stinks, it's not going to matter what business you're in, because wherever you go, there you are. Okay, you can't run from you. You might run from that business, but what's the point if there was nothing wrong with the business, and where there's really a problem is in your mindset? You can't run from your mind. Yikes. So I guess it's time to do something about it, right? Hello, somebody. Okay, here we go. Um, so yeah, if you're not in the right business right now, or you feeling like you're not in the right business right now, then you need to start taking some action now. You can't just sit around waiting. You've got to do some things now. And when you think about it, even if you've passed up on a lot of business opportunities, there are always going to be some more that will come as long as you continue to take action to attract it to you. There will be another opportunity that will arrive. And hopefully you've learned your lesson from the past and you will move forward this time and take hold of the opportunity. So it's like, if you just sit there and stay where you are, how do you expect to be where you want to be? If you're not taking any action, there's no motion going on. You're not doing anything. Okay? All right. So now, let's see what else we have. Okay. All right. So your action, whatever it is, must most likely be in your present business or employment. Okay? Maybe you're working a job. And it must be upon the persons and things in your present environment. You cannot act where you are not. Right? You cannot act where you have been in the past, right? And you cannot act where you're going to be in the future. You ain't there yet. You can only act where you are. So do not bother as to whether yesterday's work was well done or ill done. Just do today's work well. Do not try to do tomorrow's work now. There will be plenty of time to do that when you get to it. And do not try by occult or mystical means to act on people or things that are out of your reach. Do not wait for a change of environment before you act. Get a change of environment by taking action. People keep talking about, oh, I hate my job. I don't like where I am right now. Well, if you're not doing anything about it but complaining, that's going to get you absolutely nowhere. So what's your plan? And how are you activating that plan? What actions are you taking to get yourself out of the situation? Because ain't nobody going to come and pull you out the situation. You're going to have to take some action so that a new situation can arrive. Oh, okay. So so you can act so that I'm sorry. What? There we go. You can so act upon the environment in which you are now as to cause yourself to be transferred to a better environment. So again, hold with faith and purpose the vision of yourself in the better environment, but then act upon your present environment with all your heart, with all your strength, with all your mind. Sorry guys, I got an itch. Do not spend any time in daydreaming or castle building. Hold to the one vision of what you want and start acting now. Okay? So there's a fine line between daydreaming and visualizing and having that vision. And the biggest difference amongst the two, between the two, is action. When you daydream, all you're doing is sitting there thinking about it. But when you have a vision, that vision motivates you to take action on it. Big difference. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so if you're engaged in some business and feel it's not the right one for you, do not wait until you get into the right business before you begin to act. Do not feel discouraged or sit down and lament because you're misplaced. No man, listen to this, especially for you guys feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck, I'm overwhelmed, I don't feel like I'm in the right place, I'm lost. Listen, no man was ever so misplaced that he could not find the right place. I want you to take that and allow it to conjure up some hope inside of you. Okay? That there is always a silver lining. There is always more than one solution to every problem. You can get out of this. If you want to get out of this, you can. You know how you show that you actually want to get out of it? Take some action. Okay? Go do some research. Go reach out to some people. I'm here. Right? Do something. Yeah, do something. Okay? Um, what else do you have to say? And no man ever became so involved in the wrong business that he couldn't get into the right business. So hold the vision of yourself in the right business with the purpose to get into it and the faith that you will get into it and are getting into it. but act in your present business. Use your present business as the means of getting a better one, and use your present environment as a means of getting into a better one. Your vision of the right business, if you hold it with faith and purpose, will cause the Supreme to move the right business toward you, and your action, if you perform it in a certain way, will cause you to move toward the business. So the Supreme has the business coming towards you, you have yourself coming towards the business, and eventually, boom, it meets. But if God has the vision coming towards you and you just here and it's here waiting on you, waiting on you, waiting on you, and you still way back here, you ain't taking no action to get up here, you gonna be stuck. Not God's fault, don't blame him. Not the universe's fault, don't blame it. It's your fault, you ain't taking no action. But at any moment you can change your mind about that, and you can start taking action. So start now, start today. Okay, boom. I like it. All right, so if you are an employee or a wage earner and feel that you must change places in order to get what you want, do not just project your thought into space and rely upon it to get you another job. Okay, it will probably fail to do so. So hold the vision of yourself in the job you want while you act with faith and purpose on the job that you have, and you will certainly get the job that you want. Okay, so again, get a lot of people to get started in network marketing or online business, just like what Robert Kiyosaki talks about. He was on Oprah, close to 2 decades ago, on Oprah talking about his book, and they had a guest on who had read the book, followed what it said, and he went from being a firefighter who brought in $48,000 a year to, within his first year of starting his home business, now brought in over $100,000 a year. So he more than doubled his income thanks to getting started with his home business. Now, he didn't just sit there thinking about, dang, it would be really great if I started a business. Dang, it would be really great if I had some way to make more money. Dang, it'd be great if I got a promotion or something. Like, he didn't just sit there thinking about it. He took action. Okay, and his action was starting his home business. And he continued to do a good job where he already was. Okay, so maybe you're one of those people. Maybe you are someone, you love your job, but you know that you need a little bit more out of life. You need bigger pay, you need more time to be able to get away from the job and spend with the family. If that's the case, then maybe you want to do like the firefighter did, because his reason behind it was he needed more for, he was going through a divorce, and she was staying in the home. He needed his own place, so he was paying for 2 places plus the child support and all of that, so he needed more income. And he was also trying to get out of debt at the same time. So all of these things happening for him, he could have sat there and said, oh, woe is me, look at all this, boo-hoo, let me cry. No, he took action. That's how you start getting results. Okay, so same thing with you. If you're in a job now, but you want to be able to do what you see a lot of us do, which is, operate our business 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but operate our business 100% from home. And we're doing it full time, and we no longer are working, a full time job. If that's something that you want to do, well, first you got to still stay in your job. Like, don't just walk up in there and throw up the middles and say, I'm out of here. Okay? Don't do that. You start working to the best of your ability where you are now, because once you set that in motion, right, and it boosts your personal value level, and it boosts your gratitude that, thank goodness I've got this job, because this is going to get me to the next level, and I'm going to be able to start working from home, and I'll have more time with my family, and and I will build up the skill set as an entrepreneur to know how to operate my business the right way, all these things, right? And that's where things start to make a shift. It starts up here. You shift in your thinking, and you will shift in your life. Okay, so you start doing that. Same thing with network marketing in general. You get started here. Like, I fully believe this is a starting point. I don't think this is the end all be all for you to come into network marketing or affiliate marketing and then that's it. This is the place to start, as like a springboard into the other things that you want to do. So for example, for me, as I am growing in, my online businesses, it's with the purpose of going another step further and starting this one dream that I have that requires a large amount of capital to get started. So that's what I'm using it for. So I'm in business, learning the skill sets of an entrepreneur each and every day, getting better personally, growing as a person, growing as an entrepreneur, growing as a leader. And I'm going to take all those skills and the money that I make, take all of that and put it into the next phase of my life with the next set of businesses that I want to be able to operate. Whoa. Okay, so maybe that's something you want to do. Maybe it's your dream to like start this new establishment where you're going to be able to, uh, you know, help inner city youth, or maybe it's your dream to be able to help autistic children, or maybe it's your dream to help veterans, and you want to start that organization, but you need the capital. You could get started with online business, and it's a growing process when you're in this business. You continue to learn and to grow, and then you take all these things that you've learned and you can start your organization. Boom. And you do it in way less time than you would do going to college, or because a lot of times what they teach you in business is like nowhere near everything you need to know. Okay. Plus you don't get any personal experience from the books, which you're going to need. It's all theory. You know, you're going to need some practical as well. And you're going to need to start networking with people no matter what. So you might as well start doing that now. You know, so I'm just like, let's bypass all of this, and let's bypass the tens of thousands of dollars that you need to invest in going to college, and let's get out here and just start with a few $100s in network marketing and build up all the skill sets, more skill sets than I'd ever learned in school, plus networking with people as I'm going along. And then boom, when I start my organization, I already have a following. Done. Okay. So you just want to make sure that when you're looking to get to a new level, that you do the best that you can, acting in the now, where you are now. Don't complain about it. This is why we talked about gratitude before we ever got to this chapter. Okay? Love it, love it, love it. All right. So, now he says in closing this chapter, we will add another statement to our syllabus. Okay, so let's go back to our syllabus. I'm going to pull these up. Where'd they go? Okay, so here's the first one, right? And we talked about how there is, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe, right? So we talked about that first. The next thing to make sure that you remember, and start to memorize these, you guys, because that's what I'm focusing on too. I'm going to start memorizing these and just have it in my mind, right? The next thing is, a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by that thought. All right. Next thing, all of us human beings, right? Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon the formless substance, can cause the very thing he thinks about to be created. All right. Now here's something that got added on yesterday that I didn't have the text up for, but I have it today. Okay. Man, oops, I'm missing a space. There's a little typo there with the from and the. I gotta fix that. But anyway, where are we? So in order to do this, in order to impress your thought upon the formless substance and cause that thing that you think about to be created, we must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Hello. Okay. And here's the next part. We must also form a clear mental picture of the things that we want, and hold this picture in our thoughts with a fixed purpose, right? Purpose is key to get what we want, and the unwavering faith that we do get what we want, closing our minds to all that may tend to shake our purpose, dim our vision, or quench our faith. Something you definitely need to remember. Okay, you have to stay fixed on this. You have to keep this in the forefront of your mind. The moment you allow things to distract you and take your mind and your focus off of these things, the less likely you are going to be able to make it be and come into existence for you. Okay? And be able to accept and receive the gifts that you're asking for. All right? Okay. So finally, we're here with this one. Okay? So this is what gets added on. Okay? So, in order that he may receive what he wants when it comes, man must act now upon the people and the things in his present environment. Very important. Gotta act now. Okay? So, hopefully you got a lot of value from this today. And again, just as always, make sure that you comment inside of the chat, whether you are... Oh, okay, he said I can hear you, but my cell phone's buffering at times. Yeah, my internet's been acting crazy, you guys. Don't worry about it, though. Hey, you got to form the thought, okay? Because I've got a new router coming, and we can get this fixed, okay? So at least you guys can hear me. But as usual, make sure that you put your thoughts and your biggest takeaways from this chapter in the chat, whether you're watching me live or if you're catching the replay. I'm really excited to get more and more people seeing these videos and sharing their opinion in a respectful way, okay, based on what they're reading in the book. So thank you guys once again so much for tuning in. It has been an absolute blast, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow when we get into talking about, let's see, what are we talking about tomorrow again? We're going into chapter 12, and we'll be talking about efficient action. So now that we know we need to take action, and we need to start taking action now, we're going to go even deeper in making sure that the actions that we take are efficient ones and productive, right? I see a lot of people that do a lot of action, and they're busy, and they're working hard, and they're busy, but they're not accomplishing the goals that they have set for themselves in life. Why is that? It's because they're not following what we're going to learn in chapter 12. So read that tonight. I'll meet you guys back here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and have an amazing day. Bye.